it's a rich area.
Yes.
So we don't have to defeat all the enemies. The most important thing to do is to put a hero in the yellow zone at the end of the battle.
So we start from here, and the yellow zone that we need to reach is all the way up there.
So it might seem far, but it's not that much. As you can see, there are a lot of pipes that enables a lot of circulation and movement in the map. But of course, if you can circulate, the enemies can circulate.
Yeah, I didn't make it, though. I'm excited to see how you solve it.
The enemies have basically almost every skill that you have. They have the same skill set in a way. So if you can go through a pipe, they can go through a pipe. And if you can jump, piggyback off an ally, they can do the same.
And they know how to play the game.
Yes.
Yeah.
So first we go into the battle HQ to prepare for battle.
Let's get ready. So we see that it's a reach. The map is pretty big, so we'll try to focus a little bit on mobility. So first we will select our team. So Mario is the leader. He will always be in the team, and there will always be a rabbit as well. They're a little bit narcissistic and jealous, so it's important to have them represented there.
And they need to provide the comic relief as well.
Of course. So yeah, Luigi is a very good choice in that map. He has a lot of mobility, thanks with the double team jump. Very high damage, very, very low HP. So better put him in a safe position.
It actually sounds like Luigi. But I think because I'm reading there, like the primary weapon is precision. So because I noticed this big area, he can shoot very far away. With
very far away, and especially there are some high grounds on the map as well. If you manage to put him there, he will get a damage buff from, from the high ground.
So you get extra damage if you're attacking from the high ground, and then we get some raw damage instead.
Raw damage,
Rabbid,
mobility, and that one is probably the crazier of the craziest.
I love
the crazier of the Rabbids.
Yeah.
So then we can buy maybe a couple of weapons as well.
So each weapon comes with different stats, different playstyle, and different super effects. So in the case of Mario, for example, you have Honey or Bounce. I would suggest the Bounce.
So Honey gets the enemy stuck in place and they cannot move anymore, whereas Bounce gives it a chance to bounce, and if you push them out of the bounds of the map, you can actually get bonus damage.
Let's bounce them. And of course, each hero has a primary weapon and a secondary weapon. In the case of Mario, it's...
well, what could it be?
I don't know.
The hammers, of course. And again, here, I guess we're going to go for bounce as well, right? Because we want to try to push as many of the enemies.
Then you can also trigger some combos with the bounce. And you just want the enemies to leave you alone here, so you can just move far.
So then we have Rabbid Yoshi.
Rabbid Yoshi with the Rumble Bang.
And this is like a Gatling gun in a way, no? Like it shoots tons of projectiles. So what we... Yes, we're going too far.
So in the game, you almost just unlocked Rabbid Yoshi at that stage, so that's why you don't have a lot of weapons.
Okay. And because all of these weapons, they need to be found. Like
find them in the world by completing battles or finding the chest as we did before. And you collect coins to be able to... of course.
So what do you think is the best of these Rumble Bangs?
It's up to you. I like the push. The stone is also pretty good.
Stone petrifies the enemies and lets them, they don't act for a turn.
They cannot do anything for until the end of the turn.
Okay. Let's go for push again.
Let's go.
Something more dynamic. And then, I mean, I don't know what it does, but I have to choose the grenade that looks like a rubber duck with Sam Fisher's visor.
Sam Kingfisher. Good choice.
Sam Kingfisher, okay, that's a good name,
and let's equip our Luigi.
And then we have Luigi. So Luigi has, as we said, this precision weapon. And I like the fact that some of them look a bit like vacuum cleaners from Luigi's Mansion, no? Which also fits again the theme, the spooky theme of the game, of this level. We go for bounce also for him.
Yeah, I think let's make them bounce all over the place.
Well, I mean the Rabbids in the end. I think actually this is a sentry, so it drives to the enemy position and then explodes.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't reach the enemy, we'll keep following them until they reach the enemy. So it can be a good decoy. It deals a lot of damage. So really interesting.
It's almost like an additional player in a way, an additional character. And then actually something that I haven't seen in the demos that I've seen before this summer, we can really set skills for all of these characters, and we can develop them in ways that make them personal to us, that we can customize them really. So I think before this I've already changed I've already spent some points to give Luigi some abilities.
Yeah.
So, for example, team jump, which is a very, very big part of the movement phase in this game, allows you to jump from enemy to enemy. We can do it twice with Luigi.
With Luigi. So, because most of the time you need to put him pretty far. He has a good range and low HP. But thanks to the double team jump, he can really go and reach the other players, the other heroes really fast. So it's a really good combo. And I think you also focused a bit on the techniques.
Yes.
Especially the steady stare, which is very, very powerful. It enables the Luigi to react and shoot at any enemy that is moving in his line of sight, even if it's not its turn.
Yeah. So even when you're not moving, when your turn is over and the enemies are moving, if they pass over, then you automatically shoot them. So here what I did is I spent some point to increase its damage and reduce the cooldown, for example. Then I've also added some point in the other so that I have more movement if I go through pipes. We did something similar for Rabbids Yoshi. Rabbids Yoshi is the only one that can dash over several characters. So again, in the movement phase, you can still do damage to the enemies. We're gonna show it actually in the gameplay.
I'm actually quite excited to see how the enemies are going to behave, because I always love watching their steps.
And especially in that map, there are a lot of chaos that is brought thanks to the enemies and other elements that we will discover. And it's really cool to see that map, because every time we see someone playing it, something different.
Yeah.
So now I think I bought most of.
Maybe dash damage, some stomp damage,
and stomp is
up there.
Yeah, I could do the cleansing jump. So if I jump on my allies and they have like a negative status effect, I can sort of cleanse them. Yes. Okay, I think it's okay for now. Let's just dive into the battle.
Let's go.
Sounds good.